How's it going, YouTube? Right, we're back on the camper again today, and I've got a bench full of stuff that we need to start fitting. What we're going to do is we're going to start the bathroom. I don't know how far we're going to get through it. Let's have a quick look. So as we can see now in the camper, this room is one of the only ones that's not really finished at all. So what we've got to do is we've got to turn this into a proper shower room. As you can see there, ignore the cat litter and stuff. I've been taking the cats out in the camper. I've actually got another channel ready for cat adventures. We'll talk about that at a later date. But in the last video where we touched the bathroom, what I did is I boxed that bottom bit off there, boxed the top bit off there. So what we need to do now is start making this into a wet room. What I've got in the garage here is I've had a friend make up a shower tray. This is literally just an aluminium tray that he's welded up for me, and then he's took it off to be powder coated because I didn't want like a stainless steel look. It shouldn't get scratched because you won't be going in there with shoes on and stuff. What I'll do is if it starts getting scratched up and stuff, what I'll do is I'll get like a waterproof paint or an epoxy coating or something like that, and we'll redo the finish on this. Over here, I've got a shower that we've got to fit, but the first and most important thing is I've got a shower waterproof kit there. This is one of those tanking kits. I shouldn't really need it, to be honest, because we've got the shower tray, and then by the time I've got the walls in and sealed all up, it should be fine. But just to really make sure, if anything gets behind the seal, it won't get into the wood, because I'm going to do this tanking kit. Down here, I've got some fittings for the shower. I've not got everything yet. I've just got a few bits just to get us going. In this box here, what I've got there, look, is I've got a drain that we've got to fit in the bottom of this to drain off the shower floor. So our first job, what we've got to do is empty out the bathroom. I need to try this to make sure I measured it right. Then I need to get the van up on ramps so I can get underneath it. And then what I need to do is work out where this is going through the floor so it misses everything under the van. What I want to do is obviously drill a little hole out in this here so it fits in. But in the van floor, I want to drill a bigger hole, one that's big enough to get my hand in. So I can get to these fittings and things like that from underneath if I need to tighten it up or anything like that at a later date if I need to take all this out. So that bigger hole, what I'll do is I'll line that with something and then I'll seal it on the top and the bottom so it's like a lined bit inside. We'll find something. We'll worry about that in a minute and find something to line it with, a piece of big pipe or something. Right, so first job, let's get this bathroom cleared out and let's put this inside and see how it fits. Right, there's the shower tray in. That kind of fits nicely. Don't worry about all the gaps around the edge because they're accounting for these walls being waterproofed and lined, so they'll be a bit thicker. Any gaps that are left over, I'll be trimming it down over the shower anyway. Right, so what I need to do now is I need to get the van jacked up and I need to put the drain over here somewhere. I need to figure out where I can drill it so I'm missing everything underneath. Right, I've got the van up and I've been doing a bit of measuring about and I think I've found the right place. Let's have a look. Right, so under the van here, if I get you to an angle where we can see a bit better, it'll be a bit hard to make out, but at this back tank here, that's where our water's coming in. If I follow that forwards, we have got a really nice gap there under the floor. This is directly under the bathroom, and this is a perfect spot for that to come out. I obviously don't want to go too far into the middle of the van because this tank's here, and I don't want to come too far out because this is here as well. But forwards to backwards, I've drilled those there, so if I know inside the van they'll be perfectly in line, so I need to find out where they are in the van. And then sideways from this gap here, if I look straight over the side of the van, I can follow this bit here as a straight line under the tank, and right at the other side, I don't know if you can see it, that is the outlet for the waste tank. So I can find out where that is on the other side of the tank. And that is perfectly in line with that area there. So what I've done in the back here, that's where they come in. So if I measure from this side to that, I'll know how far it's in. That's about 400 millimeters. What I can do in the bathroom is I can measure from this wall that way, and I'll see how far it's coming in. And on the side, there's that bit there. So what I can do, I can measure from this wall here, that way, to get it in line with where that drain is. That's about 450 mil. And then inside, measure again from this wood here. That's about the same where this wall is here. So perfectly in line with this wall here is about there. And 400 mil in from this wall here means the plug is going to come about there somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath the van. I'm going to drill up with a pilot drill to get all my holes so I know where everything lines up. So what I've done is I've put that shower waterproofing kit in there because that's quite heavy, just to weigh that down while I drill up. So let's get a pilot drill through all of the floor and see if my calculations are correct. Right, that's good enough. It's not exactly where I said it was going to be, but it's near enough to be okay. So what I'll do now is I'll get this shower tray out. Now we've got these holes lined up through the van and in the shower tray. Now I can take it completely out and we can start doing some work inside there. Right, that's the holes for the shower tray done. Let's have a quick look. As you saw, I drilled a great big hole through there. I found a biscuit tin that fit it perfect to line it with. And then I've used some Sikaflex to seal it all up. Now that's big enough to get my hand in from underneath to get to the nut on the bottom of the drain for the shower. So if I need to do any adjustments or anything like that, I can easily do it now. And that's all waterproofed up. I've done the same on the bottom. I've Sikaflexed all the gaps up around the bottom as well, so that's perfectly sealed. So no water will get in the wood or anything like that from inside or outside. So that's that bit done. I properly fitted the plug into here. I've scratched it a little bit with a file, but it's got a tiny little lip underneath there because this is supposed to like sit into a sunken bit, so I will get a little bit of water sat in there. If it's too much and I can't clean it up when I've had a shower, like I said, what I might do anyway, because I think this is going to get scratched up, is I might epoxy resin the bottom of this, and then that'll give it some thickness, and then this will sit either level or slightly lower than the epoxy resin. Underneath, look, this is the bit for the fittings. I can get that now through that hole in the bottom, so if I need to change this or anything like that, I can. So that's that sorted. Right, next job is I need to tidy all this bench up, we need to get this waterproofing kit out and start taping the joins and things inside so we can paint it with that. I'm not sure how much of that tape we've got. I think it's about 5 meters or something, so we should get quite a way up. I don't think I'll get every join everywhere, but what I will do is I'll make sure I get at least all the ones at the bottom for the bottom half, and then the top half I've got loads more of that foil tape there, so I can tape up the top half with that. And then we can paint over it with that waterproofing paint. So let's get that kit open. Right, I've not done anything like this before, so we're going to kind of find out together what to do with it. But apparently in this kit, we've got everything required to waterproof a shower in a single tub. So let's get it open and see what you get in it. Primer, flexible liquid membrane stuff that we've got to paint on it, and some joint tape. First job, we've got to get this joint tape, and we've got to stick it around all the joints. I'm going to have a quick read of these instructions to make sure I'm doing everything right. So I'll see you inside in a second when we're taping the joints. Actually, first job I need to do before I do anything is I need to remove this shower door and take it off completely. So I'm going to do that first. Right, I've taken that door out. I've also done some more work on the inside as well. If we have a quick look, it's a bit of a squeeze, but what I've done is I've lined this inside, so it's double thickness now. I've just done it with a 5mm ply, but I've done all that all the way down there just to make it easier to cover. And when you do walls like this, ones that are out in the middle of nowhere, with no support, don't make these out of 12mm ply on its own. This one has warped. I've managed to pull it in straight with all these bits of wood and the second layer, but I've definitely learnt a lesson. On their own like this, it can't be just 12mm ply. This wall's okay because this is supported on both sides, but as you can see, this one, where the door hole is, it's got no support, so it's just warped, and we need it straight for that door. So something to remember, if you do it similar to what I do with this 12mm ply. Personally, if I was doing this fan again, I'd probably use the 15mm lightweight ply anyway, because I've caused myself a lot more work than what I had to, but we'll talk about that in another video later when the van's done. Right, according to these instructions, what we need to do first is I need to get some of this primer on all the porous stuff, so wood and things like that. I need to give this a coat of primer. This is ready to paint on. It says just use a little roller or something like that. So I have got one there. So I'm going to get this and I'm going to paint this on the inside of that bathroom and get it primed up. Once it's primed up, apparently then we can tape all the joints, and then once that's done, then we're on to this. So first job, primer. And this stuff is super watery, so I'm assuming we're just wetting everything inside. It's a bit hard to film because obviously the bathroom's really small, so I'm just going to get on with it. And that's that one done now as well. You can see where you've been putting the primer and where you've missed, because it goes darker as you do it. You can see the whole area now is quite a lot darker. The next stage, we need to get this tape on all the joints. So I'll do my best to try and get my camera down there to see what we're doing, but I'm going to start taping up some of these joints, especially ones down the bottom, because if any water ever does get behind it, I definitely don't want that one going through to the rest of the van. Right, as you can see, I've started taping up. You've got to paint that WPS stuff on it first, and then this will stick to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all of the rest of the joints. Once I've done those, I'm going to get my roller and my brush, and I'm going to paint the rest of all these walls. I'll just do a coat just to see what it looks like. I don't know how many coats you're supposed to do. I'll read the instructions again in a minute. So what I'll do is I'll see you back when all this is all taped up and we've got one coat of this over everything. So I'll see you back in a second. Right, it's all taped up and we've had one complete coat on everywhere. Well, I think we need a few more coats. The sealing tape actually just about reached round everywhere. The only bits I couldn't get it to do, and I used the silver tape, was just round there and just round the ceiling. But everywhere else it seemed to reach round perfectly. Right, so I've got about another half a tin of that stuff left. So I can give this a few more coats. So what I'll do is I'll go and have some lunch, leave this for a bit, and then I'll give it a few more coats and get this all done. Right, it's the next day, and that is all done. Let's have a quick look. So it took a total of 3 coats to get it all nicely covered, look. And that's turned out really well. Right, the next stage, what I'm going to do is let's get this shower tray in and get that stuck down. So what I'll do is I'll put a bead of Sikaflex all the way around here so any water splashing up from the road doesn't get in this way. And then I'll put a couple of splodges down around in different areas. So let's get this stuck in. And the shower tray is in and it's looking pretty decent, if I do say so. Around the edge there's a little gap all the way round, so whatever I'm putting on the walls, I ain't 100% decided yet, will go just down behind it and then I can seal it all up. What I might do actually is run a bead all the way round, just a bit lower, to allow the walls to go into it, just to make sure no water gets completely behind it. And then I'll seal up all round and I'll put some trims around it once the wall is in. Right, so I think that is about it for today. So what we'll do is we'll carry on this shower in another video. That's about all I've got time for this weekend. So the next jobs we've got to do is we've got to plumb in that shower underneath the van. That's just a couple of 32mm fittings, and I've got room to put a trap and things like that under. So we'll have a look at that in the next video. We'll get something on this wall and the ceiling. We'll trim it all up and then we'll fit the shower. I want to put like a little cupboard on the wall as well with mirrors and things like that, just so I can keep toilet roll and shampoo and shower gel and stuff like that in it out of the way. Right, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to see some more on this van. Comment below anything you want to say. I do like reading all your comments. Like the video and I'll catch you again in another video. Cheers.